Hi, this is Tracey from GiftBasketAppeal, and today we're going to be making a design team project for Maymay Made It. We're going to be using the stamp set Thankful, Grateful, Blessed, and Sunflower Wishes. So let's get started. This is going to be an A2 size card, and I will make sure I leave all of the measurements below. I'm going to be using some of my Tumbo markers with this as well. Okay, so from this stamp set, I'm going to be using Blessed. And there's so much you can do. You can put I am thankful, I am grateful, I am blessed, incredibly blessed, thankful for your kindness. So this is a great stamp set for like appreciation. So I absolutely love it. Now these words are a little bit longer, the larger words. So I'm going to use my larger stamping block, my kind of elongated stamping block. And I'm just going to stamp that out on this white piece of paper. And this will be my card base. I like this color, and you'll see why in a moment. So I'm actually going to bring my ink pad. I'm using the Memento Tuxedo Black ink pad, my favorite, and I'm bringing it over to my stamp to stamp this one out. So I'm just kind of going along here, get it nice and inked up here. Hopefully I can get a good stamp out of this. Okay, and sometimes I do that. I bring the ink pad over to the stamp, and then I'm going to just put it directly in the center because I'm going to have a border I'll be creating around this. And I'm pressing this on here real good, but I don't want to tilt my block because I want a really good stamp on that one. Oh. And you see there's just a little bit of white in there. And what I normally do is I'll get one of my markers, like when I don't get a good press, because I like to save everything. I'm just going to take my black gel pen and kind of just go around this a little bit to get the rest that didn't really ink up. And so I'm always trying to save this whenever I don't have a good stamp out, but that's okay. So I'm just taking my time filling that in. And I like to leave that in there because sometimes it doesn't always stamp out correctly. And I know some of you might get frustrated, but it's okay. I'm just going to doctor that up just a little bit. And if it still doesn't come out right, I'll just start over. But I think I'm going to leave this in here so I can show you. Okay, and it worked out just fine. All right, I'm also going to stamp out, I'm going to put this aside for a moment because I'm going to color that in. I'm going to stamp out some sunflowers. I love sunflowers, and I thought I'd play around with some colors on this one. I'm going to use the smaller sunflower on this. And this is a really nice, thoughtful stamp set as well. It has thanks, happy thoughts, thinking of you, just a note to say hi. And I've used this several times. There's happy birthdays in here too. So you've got a lot of great sentiments in here. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. Stamp this one out. So for this card, I need to stamp at least, let's see, I need to stamp out at least 5 of these. So I'm going to stamp them out in black. You can stamp them out whatever color you want. I'll probably stamp out some extras, although I only need 5 for this one. Okay, and look how adorable those are. I'm just so happy with that. And to clean up, many of you have asked what I clean up with. I just use a regular wet wipe just to clean up my stamp. And then I let it dry and I put it right back in its packaging. because I tend to lose some of these. All right, so now that I've got that done, I'm going to take this and I'm going to color in that blessed because it's got a little bit of an area where you can color it in. Now you don't have to do this, but I'm going to go ahead and do that just in these little spaces right here. There's a little bit I can color in. It's just another way to add detail. And I'm using my Tombow markers, still learning and getting more familiar with them. All right, and look how cute that is. Just add a little bit of color, and you can do it with whatever color you want, and that's actually going to be the main base that goes on here. Before we do that, I'm also going to color in these sunflowers, and I was just thinking, you know what, I'm going to use blue and brown. I just love the way these colors look together, and so I figure rather than go with the normal yellow, why not do the blue and brown? And so I'm going to go ahead and color these in so you can see what they look like. And I'm just coloring in, I'm kind of skipping. I'm going to do this in the lighter shade of blue. And just giving it a little bit of a darker outline on those. Just have fun with this. And I will make sure that I put the link to Maymay's store. She has an online store filled with all kinds of stamp sets, just so wonderfully made, and so many ideas that you can do with them. And she also has a Facebook group called Maymay Made It, and so did I, where people share their inspiration, their cards, things that they've done using Maymay Made It stamps as well. I think you'll like that. Okay, so now that I did that blue, look how pretty that is. I'm just going to take the lighter blue here and I'm just creating a pattern. Anything that's left over, I'm doing a little pattern on it. And coloring is so relaxing. Don't be afraid to experiment with colors. It's a great way to kind of just see what you can do. I mean, if you have pencils, then use those too. Just use whatever you have. I'm just going to go in here a little bit darker. Kind of like that. It will give it that little bit of separation there. Isn't that adorable? And then when I finished with this, I said, you know what, let me get my white gel pen and do some circles right around there just to add a little bit more detail. And look how cute that is. So I'm going to go ahead and color in the rest just like this one, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like. All right, and how cute are these? Look at that. So we're going to be adding these to our card, and I'm going to do some fussy cutting, but I love these scissors. If I have to fussy cut, which I already like fussy cutting, but if I had to, I'm using these scissors. They're Cutter Bee scissors, and they work if you're left-handed or right-handed. So I will definitely leave the link to those. It's one of my must-have tools. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these out, and then we're going to add them to our card. Okay, so these are all cut out, and what I'm going to do with these now is I'm going to cut these in half. And so these are going to create a border. And so I had been thinking about this for a while. What happens when you cut these in half, just straight across the top there? Okay. I'm going to create a border around the blessed sentiment. And so I'm just cutting these straight across the top, directly in half. Okay, so that blue looks really pretty. And so now I want this word to stand out. And so I'm going to just take my blue marker, and I had seen these done on several cards on Pinterest, and I said, you know what, I like the way that looks. I'm going to give it a try. And so all I'm going to do is take my light blue marker and just gently go around this. I had done another card where I had like a really cute image, and then I just went around it in this light shade of blue, and it almost made the image pop. So I'm going to do this to this word also. Just lightly shading that outside. And so even though it's on the flat on the page, it actually gives it some more dimension. And I'm also going on the inside here, just like that. Okay, and look at that. I'm loving that, and that's going to go really well with those flowers. Okay, so now I'm going to take my flowers. I'm going to use my art glitter glue, and I'm going to put these directly around, right around my border here. Just start in the center there. That looks right, just about right. Let's do it on the top here. So I'm just kind of positioning so they're kind of meeting up there. And so don't forget to check out Maymay's Stamp of the Month Club. If you like, you can receive stamps every month that she designs. And you can have a stamp sets automatically mailed to your home each month. And so I will put the link for that below. A great way to build up your stash, especially if whether you're a new card maker or you've been making cards for years. It's a great club to belong to. All right, so we're moving right along here. Look how that's really popping off there. It's so vibrant. Look how cute that is. Just imagine just cutting your flowers in half could create such a pretty border on here. Put one on this side. And do this side as well. All these little details that make the difference when you're creating a card. How cute is that? And so I'm going to take these two now. And I'm going to put this one, let's see, right above here. The other one I'm just going to take, and I'll put that one right below here. And look how gorgeous that looks. It looks so clean and defined. I don't know if you can see it. It actually still has a little bit of dimension on here, since rather than stamping it directly on the card, just having that little bit of dimension and gluing them on top really makes it pop. I'm not sure if you can see it on camera, but it's so pretty. Okay, so now I'm going to actually glue this on here, and then I'm going to take some gems and add them to our card as well. Just use this. So I hope this is giving you some inspiration. You could always alter your images. If you have a stamp set, think of ways you can alter them. Just by cutting them in half gave me a different kind of effect on this. And so once I put it on here, that brown or that tan makes it pop. Look at that, gives it a nice little border on there. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to take some pink just to break up that blue. And put some pink on there. Yep. It's all coming together here. And I am going to add some stitching on there in black. I think that'll be really a nice little addition. Okay, and there's my pink gems on that. And I'm going to take my Signo Uniball gel pen in black, and I'm just going to put some stitching right around the border. Just feel like it needs that one little thing. I'm just going right in between here. And look how cute that is. And I'm leaving the inside of these blank so I can put some messages in there. So I'm leaving the inside blank, just adding that little bit of stitching around there. Look how cute. Let me show you the other one that I did. On this one, I just went in with a Stardust gel pen and just put a little bit of sparkly stuff in there. Let's see if you can see that. Just to add a little bit. But look how adorable those are. And let me show you, I did another one, and you're going to love this. I did a thankful card in pink. Added some blue gems and did the writing in blue. And so that, I don't know, something about that brown with the pink or the brown with the blue that really looks good. So I hope you enjoyed this. I'll put the link to everything down below in the description box, so check that out. I'll also put the measurements to these cards as well. And I hope you were inspired by this. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe, because I'd love you to join our crafty family. So I'll see you real soon. Bye.